In this video, we write a C program to find average of two numbers using the concept functions with arguments and return value. This is the previous program. What is the previous program? Functions with arguments and no return value. Now we will modify this program. In the main function, as we are sending arguments, as we need to send arguments, we have taken two arguments here, A, B, and then we have read A and B values. And then we are calling average function with two arguments. We are passing A value as well as B value. And then coming to the function definition, in the average function, we have declared two variables A and B for receiving those two values. And then we have calculated average value here. But in this concept, what is the concept here? Return value. Return value means at the end of the average function, it must return the final value, that is average value. Then we need to, what we need to do here? We need to send this particular average value. Then how will you do this? We have calculated average value and this value should be passed to the calling function. We write return A plus B divided by 2.0. That means we have calculated average value. This is the average value calculation and the final value is passed to the main function. Why? Because main function has called the average function. Now what is the return type? What is the return type of this function? It is not void. Why? Because it is returning a value. What type of value here we get? Here we get, as we are performing division, we may get a floating point value. That means at the end of the average function, it is returning a floating point value. Then what should be the return type here? It should not be void. It should be float. Float average into A comma B. Then in the main function, as this particular place is calling the average function and also it will get the resultant value average. Then we need to declare a variable here, or we can directly write it in printf function. Printf average value is equal to percentage f. Then what is the argument here? We are passing argument to, that is average of A comma B, to the printf function. That means instead of taking another variable, we are directly writing the average of A comma B, the function call in the printf function. Now what should be the prototype here? What should be the prototype? The function, the return type of the average function is float and the function name is, we have already written prototype here. This is the previous prototype. Then what we need to change here? Instead of void, we need to specify float. Float is the return type, average is the function name, and it is taking two arguments and the two arguments are of type integer. This is how we can write the program. Now we run this program. Now we run this program. We give values 10 space 3. Now we got output average is equal to 6.5. Now what we have done here, in the main function, in the printf, we have called average of A comma B. Now the program control comes here and we have passed values. Now this A value comes to this particular place. Now this A value gets 10 and this B value gets 3. That means this A value is passed to this one and this B value is passed to this particular B in the average function. And it has calculated the average value. What is the average value? 6.5. And this 6.5 is returned to which place? To the calling place. This is the calling place. This particular place in the printf function, it gets value 6.5. And by using format specifier percentage f, we are printing this particular 6.5 value. Now this function is called in the printf function and also at this particular place the returned value we are sending. Now we will see what we have done here. We have written a main function and we have taken an average function in the main function we have called average function, and also we have sent two arguments a comma b with values 10 and 3. We have sent two values 10 and 3, and the average function it has calculated average value, average of a plus b, and then it has sent the average value to main function, and then we have printed that particular average value. Now this is the concept of finding average using functions with arguments and return value.